Welcome back to Area DMG. I'm your host, Phil Bussey, the Mile High Mouth, and today we're going to unbox, well, not a special edition, but an edition of something that's special to me. We are going to unbox the Sega 3D Classics Collection for the Nintendo 3DS. Since this is the first run of these, it has classic Sega decals in it. This game includes Altered Beast, Sonic the Hedgehog, Puyo Puyo 2, Power Drift, Fantasy Zone 2W, Fantasy Zone 2, the Master System version, Thunderblade, Galaxy Force 2. It states that it also contains Maze Runner and, let's see, it says it contains a collection of 9 classic Sega games. But there's also Fantasy Zone that's available in here as well. If you go to the extras and there's a part where you can tap, if you tap around there, you'll probably unlock it. A couple things I want to note before I go into this. This is the first time that Power Drift and Puyo Puyo 2 have shown up on the 3DS. They are not available separately. The Maze Runner and Fantasy Zone 2 that are in this are the Master System versions, and Maze Runner was an original Sega 3D scope game. Of course, these are, quite frankly, some of M2's best work. Couple things I want to note about these before I open it up. The cover artwork is done by Ken Sugimori, who is the guy behind Pokemon. So this is Sonic the Hedgehog as drawn by the creator of Pokemon, well, the art director for Pokemon. Pretty cool. And this little guy over here is Professor Azobin, and he is the original mascot for Sega. He was in a bunch of the little manuals, and he's pretty cool. I have some of these already as 3D classics digitally, but it's nice to have a physical collection of them. And like a lot of other Sega collections, this is worth checking out. You can probably find it cheap, and it's good. Similar to, like, say, the Sonic Classic collection that came out on the Nintendo DS, which had Sonic 1, 2, 3, plus Knuckles, and then Knuckles and Sonic 2, and then Knuckles and Sonic 3. And yeah, that one's pretty good. But this is Sega 3D Classics collection, and let's go ahead and open it up and find out what comes in this. Hopefully the game, right? Yeah. Okay. Gotta take that crunchy wrapping off. Gotta love that. I know, people are like, what? Why would you open this up if it doesn't have, like, art books or anything? Well, because it's Sega. That's the cart. Sadly, there's no manual. It would have been nice to have some type of neat manual. And then we have these stickers. We have the Master System, the Genesis or the Mega Drive, the logos for Mega Drive and the Genesis, little 16-bit thing, and the Mega Drive and the Genesis are the same thing, and this is what they call it in Europe. The Giga Drive never actually existed. It's the name of the engine they're using on these games. And this is the Sega logo, and of course Professor Azobin. This includes some nice little stickers as a reward, which, that's kind of neat. And of course the game. Sadly, there's nothing special or some really nice manuals or anything, but I think what's included in here is worth it. There we go. And besides, I wanted to talk a little bit about Sega in general and point out some neat little things. A couple things I want to point out. The Puyo Puyo 2 story mode is not localized. Power Drift is supposed to be amazing, and it is. And this is supposed to be the bear from Altered Beast. I mean, look at that bear. This is Ken Sugimori drawing the bear from Altered Beast. Yeah. If I were Sega, I would have totally included, like, a poster of that artwork in here. That would have been awesome. But they didn't. See if you can find it cheap. It's worth checking out. It has Sonic 1, Sonic 2, and the other 3D classics are available on the eShop. This is actually the second Sega 3D Classics collection in Japan. The first one had Outrun, Streets of Rage, and a couple of the other games that were released separately. It didn't have any exclusive games to it. This is the one that actually had exclusive games. And if this sells well enough, Sega will probably put out a third or fourth line of Sega 3D Classics, of which I'm hoping we get Golden Axe, Streets of Rage 3, Sonic 3. I would love to play that in 3D. Or they were looking at Landstalker at one point. Landstalker or Beyond Oasis or Phantasy Star 2 would be amazing. But yeah, this is Sega 3D Classics Collection. If you're a Sega fan, you should go check this out and pick it up. It's pretty cool. It's also available digitally, but there's no price difference between the digital and the physical at this time. It might be cheaper to go hunt down the physical, and you get a nice little cartridge, as well as stickers, so you can remember Professor Ezobin. So yeah, that's the Sega 3D Classics Collection. And I'm your host, Phil Bussey, the Mile High Mouth. Hey, did you pick this up yet? Have you picked up any of these separately? Let me know in the comments below. What's your favorite Sega 3D classic? What game would you love them to make 3D for the Nintendo 3DS? Are you a fan of, like, say, Comic Zone or, what was that, Vector Man? Yeah, are you a fan of those? Let me know in the comments below. Hit that thumbs up if you haven't already. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And until the next video comes out, you are now caught up.